Nice. Ah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, you want. Okay. Hello. Yeah. We have new media, new netrunner, new solo, and I don't think he is picked just yet. Or him. Yeah, we got a few new faces. Yeah. No. Okay. Oh god, the echo. So you get swatted on stream, and that's more or less how that goes. We also acquired another netrunner and a new solo. using my headset mic like a good boy instead of my desk mic, like I should be. Fair enough. Mine was gifted to me, so I don't have any feelings or obligations in my brain to use it. So when it does not serve my purpose, it does not get used. Oh, oh. Other than for the mobile people. And that's just because it makes it easy as shit for me to sit there and be like, uh-huh, you guys now have a way to get AV without me doing a damn thing. And it saves session afterwards. Ta-da! I have to start the alchemy game and send the link in a minute. I am working on setting up visuals because I was a little busy importing character sheets all week. I didn't get a chance to actually sit down and set up the scene that I had planned. It's okay. I have it saved from the one you sent me yesterday, unless you made changes. Oh, right now, um, in alchemy, I don't have the skills all inputted, so that way you can get a chance to learn your character sheet. So that is for a reason. Just because. Oh, good. Which one? Oh, Lucifer, also addressable as Satan. He will respond to that. V, put it this way: he is the one who bought me 2077 for Christmas when it came out. Yeah, he pre-ordered it for the both of us for Christmas. So, no, this is yeah, no, this is the IRL best friend. Finally sitting down to play Red. Yeah, I don't think Cybermp is out, so I can't just set up a server for that yet. When I can, I will, but until then, cries. The which one? Uh, Heavy melee weapon deals half damage to armor. It's SP over 2 and then damage when you're using a melee weapon. Yeah. Very true. Where the hell is the map I'm looking for? What the fuck? Yeah. Uh, yeah. Ah. Hey. Huh? I didn't say anything. No. Too far. Too Not that I can tell. Think you're good. $20.75. Yeah, there may or may not be a scream sheet coming soon that details episode 10. Uh huh. Ah. Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hello. Nice. Hello, friend. Bruh. Yeah. There. Well, V, there's a couple of options for what a Black Betty is. Yes, the song refers to a person. However, there is also, like, the Bouncing Betty, which has been referred to as Black Betty before as well. Really? You don't know? Did you play Black Ops 2? Ah, fair enough. Okay. Bouncing Betty is a Roomba of death with a tripwire that rather than Claymore or equivalent mine on the ground, you step on and it goes bang where it is. They they jump. They jump and then go bang. Yep. Okay. Methinks we're good. Friend, are you in here? Are you in the game? Okay. 'Cause you're not showing up for me for some reason. Ah, yeah. It is much easier to just invest skill points and IP into increasing your skills and roles and use cyberware to target more stats and abilities to give yourself new actions. Oh. Alchemy should be working. That's what I've been using. Because that's been working. It's still beta, so it doesn't have all the features and automation that we want, but getting there. I also found a copy of Foundry fully automated, but it doesn't offer me the visual aesthetics that I want. So, halfway there. The most ideal solution would be a alchemy foundry integration to where I can put sheets and shit and all the technical ass back end of the crunch and mechanics for automation into foundry. Clicky buttons on alchemy does the thing, sends it to dice, and then rolls dice virtual over the top, and then displays output on stream as well. That's the ideal solution, but you know, anyways. If anyone has forgotten or doesn't know that, they need to be smacked and strung up by their toes on the flagpole. Exactly. Case. Oh. How long? Okay, what the fuck? Ah, there it is. Cool. Rioto, you managing alchemy okay? Cool. It is still in beta, so I cut them some slack and tried to be nice and understanding about that. But at the same time, like, gotta do how you gotta do. You're good. You're good. I think everybody is here and about ready. So, no. Assigning actions to items is the solution for most of the weapons and shit. So that's usually how that works. And then actions are like um, your skill check rolls. Because eventually they're click of the action and send that out to have something do a thing with it and then send it back and output the results in chat in the journal. Yeah. Uh, Wrench in the top left or the little for actions. That's one option. Yeah, if you scroll all the way up to the top, that will do it. Or the little white circle with the red check mark down at the bottom. Go for it. Um, are you on Roll20 still? I sent a link to the stream in general a few minutes ago. Hit that and give that a shot, and then for when you need to do dice rolls, use the dice link and just swap between those. Yeah. I think so. More than likely, that is correct. If I had to guess. No. It goes based off of your M. The lowest possible M in the book is 3, which gives you 30 starting. I think you started with 4, but after your implant, your couple of cybernetic implants, um, it will reduce your max humanity by 2. Um, your current humanity, you usually roll for, or take the static when you're at care gen, or roll for it later when you install it, and then you subtract that from your current humanity, and that can be regained through therapy or the life events and lifestyle events that they outline in CEMK. Was it a 5? It says 3 for me. Possible. Okay. Can you send me a new link to the current one? Well, you didn't use the right dice. If you use 34 is busted, buddy. That's the wrong system. Oh, you used the wrong dice too. Fuck. Okay. We use D10s and D6s. That's it. That's all you need. Um, where the heck? Oh, there you are. Okay. Let me see that. Let me see. Keep. Is that an action? Or is that attached to a weapon? Let me do this. If me is this one be tag action. Before I start doing that. This. Okay. Now, when you click on the thing in Discord, you can see my screen. Okay. D10. Reflex for ranged. And then yeah, 3d6. Ah, that will take you back to the empty pistol. You can save it. You can tweak it. And oh, close enough. You will now have a little white circle that says equip, and that will add the action to your hotbar. Yes. You can do that. Go for it. That gives us a second. Okay. We can do that. Gets a nat 20 when it doesn't matter. Oh, the poor boy. Hey, that looks a little better. Depends on the range you're at, but that should. That'll hit out to 12 yards. So, good enough. Should probably be the one in the book. And if it's not, we're going to have issues. Says jokingly, laughingly, because it comes from Artel. So if they put in something different, then they fucked up. So, if so, someone should let them know. It is not meant to be that, like, oh no, bad job, bad app. No, it's a good app. It does a very good job. You know it's hyperlinked at the index. So if you go to page 4, you can no, go to the index and then hit the button. Huh? Yes, I believe so. 173. Nice. I think so. Band of Brothers. See, 360 PS3 era, right about. Yeah. Okay. Who said he was wrong? Hey. Well, as a both person, I will give you the counter argument of yes, I do that, and my PC is still nice, but there is a like much better chance that I am a poor boy and getting a full new upgrade for a whole new box that's gonna last me for 5 to 10 years, depending on whether or not I spring for the mid-gen upgrade or not, and then the next gen. I'm okay with that. Like, yeah, I have to do maintenance every couple of years on my tower, but I also just replace the box when the new one comes out for a couple $100 and call it a day. Like, plus the Series S does work. So, anyway, continue. All right. I have not been fed. I should probably do that, actually. Because, no, just haven't gotten there yet. Yeah. I'm, well, I'm not seeing Satan show up on my active player sheet for some reason. On my active players list. I don't know why. Which is kind of disappointing. But it's fine. I'm not mad or anything. Homemade butter is the shit. It's really easy to make. It's really easy to make now because you no longer need to sit there and like churn thy butter. You get a stand mixer for cheap as shit, and you just set that motherfucker to make butter. Put cream in, churn, like flip it, and just forget it for like half an hour, and go check it after like every other YouTube video or some shit, or every other episode. Every episode, sorry. Dad, don't leave me. The 1 year anniversary of your dipshittery. You know, you would not realize from all the 9/11 memes that today is 9/11. It is kind of an 9/11 meme in and of itself. Oh, and it gets better. Yeah. Dumbass. Which one, Sokka or the twins? You know who that is? Because it's very, very particular as to who the fuck it is sprinkling who plays into the town. No, 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 no. Look. Some way or another, the meme is still there. Butter bread acquired. Now let's go get this bread. Looks like we are missing Doc, at least at the moment. We will see if he gets around to joining us there. In the meantime, we're still gonna go back to. Yeah. Apparently, the system determined that you haven't been introduced yet, so we're gonna give it a second. I know, which is weird. Try leaving the game and rejoining the game. Yeah. do that, come back and see what it does. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you would have seen that. Oh, oops. Apologies. Yes, that would be helpful. Yeah, but it's useful for Cog and a couple of others who can semi use it on mobile, depending on how they set it up and if they flip their phone and a couple other things. So that's kind of the nice part of the browser being an all-in-one. It's the same UI for mobile too, and it's a mobile-friendly UI. Makes it a little bit janky on desktop, unless you have like a touchscreen. But that's what my tablet's for sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Where the fuck is friend? You're observing, but you have a character sheet. How do I move you to the party? No, not that. That. There he is. Nope. There he goes. Hey, there he is. I see that. Yeah. Also down in the bottom, um, there's an option for it. There we go. It's not here. Doc's not here. We're getting there, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Isn't even an election year. That's fine. I think we are mostly ready. I'm just trying to wait for everyone to actually be here and be present, so that way I don't have to repeat myself. Nothing. Hmm. Fair enough. All right. So I know Ria was currently MIA at the moment, so I will give it a little bit of the generic intro, and then let the new guys introduce themselves. Um, and then from that, we can kind of spiel into what we're doing. So, we open on a beautifully gorgeous day in Night City. Uh, kind of a welcome surprise after the weather effects of the time of the red finally starting to die down in the severity, given that we are set a little bit further into the CEMK set. So we are further in the timeline. Um, what that translates to is we have a nice little medtech shop running as a Ripper Clinic upstairs and a clone body for the party facility downstairs at the moment as the med bay, because we have us a collection of relics. How that works mechanically is jotted down somewhere that I need to flesh out in a way that I can send to people. Um, not quite. Yes. So, Cog kind of explained that badly. Uh, it's 1d6 on install. If you wear it during the day, it is 1d6 at night because it is a nightmarish, hellish replaying of the day's events instead of the normal day's events. Because it already saved it. So your mind gets to wander. And then it wanders into the traumatic shit and dwells on that instead. When you die, the only thing from that day, from the last time you had it slotted, that you remember is your death, netting you 1d6 humanity loss, and leaving you with a hook to track down what the fuck just happened. So, it is not quite immortality with a cost, it is a respawn button with a cost. So, you need some good eating, you need some good living, you need some good tombs. That's how you regain humanity. within the CEMK rule set. So, how you balance off being semi-immortal is don't be a fucking shitbag corpo. Any questions? Yeah. No, because the way brain dances are recorded is in a booth in a clinic a la Judy's spot down in 2077. So you would have a brain dance recorder and a brain dance tech who would be kind of one of those guys that can actually help you record the brain dance and record your own theoretically. But how that works out varies depending on what exactly you're doing, who you're doing it with. Like Pyramid Song is technically recorded as a BD shared between you and Judy. So, uh, it's different from the relic and an engram being built of you because the relic is like all of the neural pathways, everything, and then saving it into a compressed model of yourself that you can then index and reference theoretically, a la a file structure. Um, that sounds really weird to say that you have a file structure of all of your memories and can categorize them and file sort them. Cyberpunk Hellscape, go burr! But when you think of it, a BD is more akin to a neural movie as opposed to a Virtue, which is a VR movie. The difference in scale in knowing what the fuck you're doing is immense. So, being a BD tech is some level of proficiency in and of itself. When you take that, it's the tuning of them for an experience, right? You want that custom built, like, lived in their shoes for 10 minutes. In, like, David in the first 5 minutes of the show, right? That's why that BD comes with a jacket. Because you then get to sit there and full on immersion and do the thing almost the same way. So, it does that make sense in any capacity? Um, are you familiar with photo file types? Yes, he is. Um, so like the difference between a raw file and a JPEG. I just want a gosh dang JPEG of a gosh dang hot dog. Anyway, so the raw is going to contain all of the metadata, all of the everything, including the settings of the camera. Usually a JPEG or PNG or other various photo file storing formats will chop off some of that metadata, and you don't necessarily uh, it will typically come with a loss in quality as well. So if you think of it like um, scaling the raw would be closer to a BD because it comes with all the metadata, it comes with the feelings and the everything, like the hormones and the everything, right? If you do that all day, okay, do you know how REM sleep works? Okay, so when your brain does REM, the relic is just piggybacking on that, and that's storing the long term and copying to the relic as well. Um, that's why our memories are a little bit jambly sometimes because we don't do the BD recording all day long. If you did do that, the relic is capable of that. That is why you get the nightmare version instead of REM sleep because you have no rem to do. The relic overrides it and then plays back the day's events is a nightmarish version. It's kind of a bug, not really a feature. Uh, so right now, the ideal solution that I have found is such. Because you wear it at night and it records REM sleep, it piggybacks off of your brain's natural recording of memory. Hey, that's pretty sci-fi, close enough that it works. Cool. However, because mechanics it needs to have a downside that turns into um, brain. Anyways, uh, so that translates to if you do wear it during the day, it will do the BD thing, and that's a bad thing because that results in humanity loss. Because mechanical downside of the system and the setting, not everything has the inherent benefit that it's lined out to be. Okay. In theory, however, you have to go back to the scene of where you did, and you're not always going to have that info. That uh, typically we run jobs on a you get them later in the afternoon after your day job type situation. So it kind of circumvents that a little bit, where it's later in the day. And if you just do from when you get the job until whatever, theoretically, if you can find the BD and it is not smashed, destroyed, or otherwise taken, then yes, theoretically that's an option. However, depending on what or who killed you, that is a very bad idea. Um, it can use a couple of skills depending on how you want to flavor it, and it can use a series of skills depending on how fine you want to tune it. Is that a sufficient answer? Yes. If that is how you built the character to work, then yes. But that's because I'm a decent GM, and like I can see how a player would make that logical conclusion, and photography filmmaking would make sense for a BD tech to have. Whether you use that to tune a certain BD or not will be kind of dependent on the BD itself. Uh, Typically, Cybertech is the more heavily used one, but that comes from usually it's a tech being a BD recorder. So it's just an oddball overlap in the yes, I would still chalk some points into Cybertech if you haven't. Um, so that is an option. Okay. Okay. So yeah, does that make sense? What I was getting at then, for how finely you want to tune it? Cool. You do also have a handful of text floating around if you need someone to make the check for you. All right. Riato, are you back, man? As back as you're gonna be at the moment? To iterate and plan and better iterate on that plan. You stick a fan in front of the bowl, and then you stick your phone in front of that fan. That's the trick. Hmm. Ah, if I've ever heard one. My phone doesn't work. All right. So we are down in the good old Doc's basement lab. Doc is currently out running errands of his own, so I will leave it to the rest of the party to kind of inform the new kids and decide who brought them in and all of that while they introduce themselves. You're good. You are introducing yourself and your character. All right. So today we have an extra special one planned that I think Doc is going to be a little bit sad to miss out on. So part of Doc's shtick for the clinic is that he will sit there and offer the pay-as-you-go plans, but when you miss a payment, uh, you guys come a knocking. And, well, they obviously don't have the cash, otherwise they would have paid their dues. So, you're there to repossess the parts and materials. Some may come more willing than others to have it removed peacefully and get a downgraded option, or start up a new payment plan, because that is an option. But with Doc out, you guys can take as your discretion may or may not please. So, we got a building full of chumbadas that you're racing max tack to get to and uh, get them or the cyberware, preferably just the cyberware. But corpses aren't bad either. Another important note about Doc's clinic: he figured out how to break down Heisenberg style the elements of the human body and resynthesize them into a material that you can grow clone organs out of. Sure. He does kind of have that full-on back alley shit going. So, you guys are going to have 5 minutes before Maxac arrives on scene once you get there. Let's go to this one. Bam. We come across a mega building in the middle of downtown. Nice casino nearby, next door. But we... Oh, you could. So, we don't quite have time to go sit there and waste the day away blowing our hard-earned eddies right at the moment. We have some unfortunate chores in the parking garage next door that need dealt with. As we open up on you guys, names and locations. Do we really need their names when they're just going to be corpse number 1 and corpse number 2? This one is stacked a little bit more in favor of just blasting your way through for some fun combat encounter. There's more fun RP after the fact, because then we can sit down and kind of go to the bar afterwards and spend money there, or go to the casino afterwards and spend money there, instead of trying to negotiate when they already pissed off Max Tac and you're racing Max Tac. Well, you guys didn't piss off Max Tac, but the guys you're here to collect from up on the 3rd floor definitely did. So, no, it's 3. 3 floors. always a fantastic plan. Throw some lead down range before Max Tack shows up. Get the cyber away from the dead corpses, because dead corpses are much more negotiable. So, you are currently at the entry gate of the parking garage. Alright. Point. Alright. Can my two solos make me a initiative roll? That one. Uh, because you guys have a bonus, you need to go in and edit your initiative action and or make one. Which I can do for you real quick. Which will be easier. Initiative. That is 1 d10 plus 4 plus rep. Bam. And that should show up in your action bar. Might take a second. Cool. Everyone else I'm fine using popcorn initiative for because it's close enough to good enough that whatever. But for you guys, that does in fact matter. So you guys get to roll against mainly each other to see who goes first. Holy hell, why is it so hot in my house? Alright. Porsche. Neat. Nick, did you roll initiative yet? Well, I now have two solos to worry about, so you guys get initiative to figure out who goes first. Yeah, like I said, I'm fine with like everyone else in the NPCs not being able to roll initiative and have it organized in any form. What? I thought you were media. Initiative being for combat. So solo is a combat specific roll that gives you a bonus to your initiative roll. Everyone else, I assume the system has its own internal logic for how it organizes and shuffles everybody, and that's fine. It's close enough that it does what initiative rolls are supposed to do and scrambles the order of who's going when to make it random. Ours being a little bit crunchier and it tying in mechanically to one of the rolls, I solved that part by okay, solos get initiative roll and they roll for who goes first out of the thing, and anyone else who wants to do initiative boosts will then get initiative roll to roll with the big dogs of combat. Because initiative is kind of a combat specific thing, so it's a little bit more niche need and niche setup that I currently am doing what I can do. So you go. You should have it. I add it to your actions. Yeah, you'll probably have to sort it. Uh, just drag the little grabby icon on the left and scooch them. Yep. All right. Send your friend. You go first. You're okay. Uh, somewhere in between. You just entered. You currently have line of sight on two generic goons down, just sitting there having a smoke, not having a care in the world at the moment. So you are going to take the opening volley on them. They don't necessarily suspect that you are there for their hides at this current juncture. They will get the point here in a couple of seconds. Yes. Scaling is fucky. Do you want to move up first? If you go over to your trackers, then you should have the move stat there, and you have a move of 5. So, count off 5 squares in front of you, and then you can move your token to there, and then we take the shot. So that way we don't, like, you know, get ass blasted. Oh, sorry. Tactical mode in the top right. Ah, yeah. The only downside of alchemy at current juncture is that one tiny itty bitty little oversight that when I go to tactical mode, it does not automatically drag the players to tactical mode. You also have to keep in mind the map layers too. The little pound sign that says show grid, go one up, and it'll look like a sandwich that is on display, and that will say map phases. Okay, that is helpful. This guy is in fact a pillar you could use for cover as well. This guy. This guy. This guy. This guy. So, I don't think you can play like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah. Um, to be determined. Give me a second. Uh, so they are in fact roughly the 2.22 to from map to narrative conversion. So shots are done on narrative scaling as opposed to um, square scaling. Meaning, ask and I will tell you roughly what it should be. Because from end to end of the map, if you were taking a shot, that's at 42. Answer life, universe, and everything. Can't even see that. I think it's 50 all the way across. So, furthest shot being 50 meters inside of a parking garage sounds about right. Yeah, you can move, shoot, and move. Well, if you tweak your initial path, you can do it going this way, shoot here, and then continue your move into cover. Would be the way that that would go typically. No, no. At 26, 27, or 23 meters, yes. That would in fact be in range. Just long click left. This Chumba. Okay. That would be, you should have an attack attached to your weapon for when you equip it. Is that not set up right? God damn it. Yeah, you shouldn't, because that should be used by weapon actions. Yep. God damn it. Okay. Actions. Add action. Bat. 1, 5 of those. Done. So I'm not going to sit here and get spicy with it at the current juncture. Mono wire. Am I naming the attack action of the mono wire the same thing as the earlier version of the mono wire? Why, yes. Don't ask questions, just accept the meme. Now, Fred, you know what you need to do when you use your mono wire, correct? Remind me to half SP. Yes, because it will half armor before it ablates and deals damage. Is one of the pro moves of using melee weapons. I was adding them to your weapons so you can equip them and then add them to your actions. They should appear at the top as well. Give it a second. Okay. So now, when you look at your sheet, hold on. I'm doing that wrong. Click on this. Then I can see what you see, because you don't see what I see. Under equipment, if you scroll, you should have 3 little white dots next to your weapons. So there's action, equipment, and trackers under the chat bar. Okay. They're on my left, okay? So my UI for your stuff is squished all the way to the left side. Apologies. It's different. Click the equipment button, and that will give you assault rifle and heavy pistol that you can click the little white dot next to, and that will let you equip and unequip them. And that will remove the actions from your thing. Hit Control R and refresh it. Hey. It should be ramp. So anyways, I start a blast and slice and dice. And then there should be one called Rat-a-tat-tat somewhere up in this motherfucker now. And that would be the auto fire rule. And that gets multiplied afterwards. Ah, there it is. Okay. To the top, to the top, to the tippity top. That is your auto fire. That is machine gun go burr. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's going to be your heavy pistol. Single shot auto fire, or single shot on your assault rifle, yes. And slice and dice should hopefully be obvious. All right. 15 at 28. Um, Autofire uses a different DV table plan. That's found on 173. The bottom half. It would be. All right. Nick, you're up, sir. Nick, there you go. There he is. Oh, you're good. Good job. All right. Are you shooting the one in the front or the back? Oh, you don't have a line of sight on that one. 29. Huh? We should? That one. Not to this one. The one on the back is blocked by a pillar at the moment. Rare. Not quite how that works. Well, you would hit the one on the front. Oh, yeah, your line of sight to the one on the front. Point. All right. Boss, hit me. Boss, how you doing? You hanging in there? You good? Yes. I tried to call you guys by your character names as much as possible. Um, to about 35 meters, but you don't have line of sight. You are currently blocked by a wall. Yes. That would kind of be part of the exterior wall. You know. Uh, yeah. No, these guys are walls. to help direct traffic. The pillars are not. Yep. Oh, you're going to shoot? Oh, my bad. I was mixing up who was who. My bad. 33 meters. Alright. What is not here? What is this in here? Someone's not here. Codsworth! Your turn, friend. Well, that would be none of them yet. So, uh, 30-ish meters, give or take. So, all the little squares and tiles on the map, you're gonna count them and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or to wherever. Oh, you're good. It will always take a little bit to load. You're at the top layout. Yeah. Every time. See, it's that one quote from Anchorman. 60% of the time, it works every time. Why is it always gonna be like that? Why can't things just work? Should just be able to click and drag on your token. Ah. I can do the movement, and you can click the attack buttons at least. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Where are you trying to head? So just four spaces straight ahead. If you can hit a 20. What's your base shoulder arms? So 40% chance to hit. You can take the shot. Well, it'd be 20%, but yeah.
Hey, that's a hit. Yeah. This poor dumb son of a bitch. Twink. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that hides all of them. Not just the one. Motherfucker. That buddy's stacked. Just the one is dead. The one is dead. Uh huh. Yeah, just one. That's why he got teleported over to the corner. It's the bad boy corner. Go to timeout. Ronnie! No, you're good. Yeah. Not necessarily. Well, that would work as you control that NPC on their turn. this would be 5. Yeah. 28 meters. But you don't have quite direct line of sight. If you go. Nope. You just got a diagonal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You are within range. Yes. Interface plus a D10. Uh, add 4. That's a pretty bad bartender. I think so. So Ronnie, you can do short circuit, overheat, uh, sonic shock, or impair movement. As alright, target is now on fire. Takes 4 points of damage directly to their hit points at the end of their turn until the fire is extinguished. Damage bypasses armor but does not ablate it. Extinguishing the fire requires an action, rate of fire 1, that can only be performed on the target's turn. Alright. He had Astra. Spring. Yes, you. Spring. Can someone go poke him with a stick? Ah, fair enough. Go for it. Alright, you're up. Mm-hmm. That would help. That would help. Uh huh. Yeah. You can burn your action and double your movement.
What is your movement? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get there anyways. That's only 5 squares. Yes. No, no, unfortunately, that's not quite right. Yeah, you're at 28 meters. All right. You did something wrong because you didn't roll a d10. Oh, you have a d6 in there. Redo the attack and try that again. Hold on. You didn't fix it yet. Yes, I'm doing it. Okay. No, you should be able to just eat it. Okay, try that again. Hey, that's a little better. And 27. Going to be a 13 to hit, so that will hit. And that may or may not just finish the poor son of a bitch off. Almost. Almost kills him. He is at 1. Yeah. Alright. Friend is back to you. And see your ping. Or whatever. Oh, that was the one that got killed. I just shoved him in the corner. Yeah. I don't have markers to apply status effects and shit yet. So no, because I would do all of them. I tried. Yeah, it was dumb. It is being a little bit dumb today on my side, but it's fine. The dishwood. Why I no see your pain? What the fuck? Hey, roll another d10. No. Ah. So that is going to be a total success of 29. It's floaty dice. So if you roll a 10, you roll another d10 and add to it. If you roll a 1, you roll another d10 and subtract from it. So you can get some very swingy rolls. You did a real damn good job. So we're going to take this 1 HP goon and put 15 damage straight to the face. Pink smack. Does the full on anime bullshit, flips ass over end into the fucking wall and slides down. Big dead. Huh. You would have to go around, and that's to go up to the next level. No, those are solid. The map shading is a little fucky, yes. Yeah, sounds about like right. Yeah.
Oh, for now, do not overestimate. True.
You can, in fact, do a double move. Almost. Almost. Damn. Alright. You need? Huh.
These are walls. This, this is walls. Yes. That was already asked. Yes. I know that they do. The map shading is a little bit wonky. You can see it right here where the shade spilled over. And like the lighting is fantastic on them. But the way the light shining through on them makes it look is like they're shorter than they are because you could see it on the top. And like because we can't see the side, it's not isometric. How else do you show that the light is shining through onto that wall? Well, because you can see the blue on this side and the red on this side. So it's best attempt. It's a good map, but it's got some spots. Yeah, he does really good maps. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, and he normally does more sci-fi, far future sci-fi stuff, which is a lot easier to track the light in. We'll give Boss a minute, see if he gets back up in here. There we go. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. I can swap that to BRB for a minute. Fan, thoughts so far? What do you mean? What are you looking at? Who the fuck are you? Who in the what in the where in the fuck did you come from? Where? Who? What? Who? Anyhow, friends, thoughts? Thoughts? I was asking you specifically. A little bit, yeah. At least I can, yeah, literally better than nothing. Because Roll20 is 50-50. Literally tossed a coin and it came up heads more often than tails. And still Roll20 has worse odds than that as to whether or not it's going to fucking work. So, at least this way I have visuals and a map that I can reliably get to fucking load.
Yeah. I will kind of mention it here and now. It is reminder in beta for one. So two, join the server, go into bug request, and like mention that one. I don't know if that's in there yet because that would be kind of an important one. That hey, as a player, when I reorganize my actions, it does not save the reorganization, so I have the more used to less used. Like, if that could save and swift between sheets, that would be sick, my guys. Even if it didn't save between sheets. Like, if your character sheet is always alphabetical and then you can rearrange the bar, that would be fine. But just, yes, I agree. So, pop it down in the bug report section of the Discord because they have a server for shit like that. That's the best advice I give right now, unfortunately. Is you're good. Bye, V. Have fun. See you next week. Yeah, handouts are kind of useful, yes. And this one is like very much so the hey look, it's the idiot's guide on how to play Cyberpunk. Ta-da! Yeah. Fran, because you're new, something important to mention and remind about. You can in fact use your luck points for more than just like increasing stats on a roll. There's a few things I allow it for more often than not. If you ask, hey, can I burn an or several luck to do this thing? The answer is probably yes. Maybe with some catch and some like caveat, but yeah. It's there. Use it, please. Automatically at the start of the next session. Yep. So the only caveat asterisk there. Don't burn all of them in session because you do still have downtime things to do during the week that you can use it for. So like if you get a bad roll on a hustle, you can re-roll that instead of spending a downtime day by burning a luck. Easy shit. But then it makes every Wednesday a useful occurrence, and the first of the month is what everyone looks forward to. You want to guess what's due on the first? Uh, should be 2d10 times 100.
Nice. Slow clap. Slow clap. Hey, 2 grand. Nice. Which is not that much. uh, I don't know who's rolling a d20 anywhere. But the go sit at the other table.
Go sit with the LARPers. Fuck. Yeah, no. D10s and D6s. That's it. I will. That's already allowed. That is fair. I try to run it so that way you don't need to memorize what goes where necessarily, and I have it all set up for you ahead of time, and then it's a clicky button that does the roll, because that's convenient. But some people, the Edge Runners kit, yes, the box, like $40. Yes, Artel. This is fine. I You can just fix that. The way you fix that is you click edit on the basic, type in whatever. Okay, good.
That's on the tracker for your magazine. Yeah. No. Inventory is on your sheet. That's under equipment, and and that also needs fixed. But that is a separate needs fixed than that fix. Well, one of them is 10 rounds. Yeah, you currently don't have any ammo in your equipment, so we can fix that. You can also use the create item button up at the top to do if it's not in there. Very likely. I just don't remember whether Doc added it or not. And if so, where? And if that was before or after everything got fucked up. Because there's a shit ton of things that have been needing to be re-added. So, it's a pain in the ass. Oh, I didn't even show you the 6 on the D6. But yeah, no, you guys are rolling my actual dice. Or as close as I can get to rolling my actual dice. Yeah. The highest value on each of them is the edge runner symbol. And then the one is nice and clear. The 4 is a little funky, but it's fine. The 1s are nice. Because we roll 1s on the D10 around here. Alright, I will just wait, start smoking. Because you were the last one who did an action, yes. It breaks it by who's currently doing what. Yep, it's smart. Alright, my turn, motherfuckers. Blah, 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 blah. Ha. Ha. Oh! That's rough, buddy. Nick. This is gonna hurt.
Guess who just drew the last card out of the deck, and thus means triple sixes means draws off the NC tarot table. Ah, let's see. Yeah, sometimes yes. Oh, I have a thing. It's here. I got you. The world. Enjoy. Oh, shit. Oops. I forgot to hit that a second ago. That's fine. Uh, we got triple sixes and rolled us a critical injury. The roll puts everything in perspective in a moment of understanding. The character who caused the world to be drawn may take an additional turn after this one. During this additional turn, they receive a +5 to any skill check, ignore the negative effects of all wounded states, and do not have to make a death save if mortally wounded. Bonus turn, bitches! So this motherfucker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, yes, he is. He's gonna try anyway. Fap. Flap. Because rate of fire 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rate of fire. It's not that hard to understand or just run down that quickly as need be. So, welcome to how RPGs are meant to be played. I don't know, I'm just winging it, man. Second hit is going to be 6. For you, friend, uh, you're going to take 4 to your hit points and ablate your armor by 1. On the second one, you're going to ablate your armor by 1 and take nothing. Because your armor was ablated, equal to your armor will ablate it. So if you had 6 armor and someone rolled a 6, it would ablate your armor and you would take nothing. Um, Ablation means it loses efficacy in the TLDR terminology. So, you know how when you shoot a bulletproof window, it can only take so many shots before it just gives? This is the rough approximation of that. 11 shots ish before you're out of armor. Not quite. If the second one had rolled a 9 and you have 10, you take nothing. Your armor just stops it. Ping. Done. That's that. Get fucked. Yes. If it is equal to your armor and nothing over, it just ablates and you take no damage. If it's over your armor, you take the remaining and it ablates by 1. Unless otherwise stated. There are some ammo types that ablate by more. Yes. No. Before the ablation, yes. Current armor, take the remaining, and then ablate by 1. Order of operations matters. Just to be hyper specific, because order of operations is not the then ablating it by 1 and then taking the spillover would take 5. Ablating it by 1 and then taking the remaining, you would take 1 on the second roll. That's why specifying to take the spill and then ablate your armor is because it pierced your armor that it ablates. Is partially, if it meets, then your armor catches it, but is damaged in the process. If it is less than, your armor just doesn't give a fuck and smacks that bitch like, bam! Get fucked, bitch. Get fucked. You know, like a dirty little whore. Yours being subdermal armor. Yours will naturally regenerate at rates specified in the book. I will check. I think it's like 1 per day. I think it's like 1 per day. Okay. So, per day of rest, when you take damage, you will heal equal to your body plus will for each downtime day you spend sitting on your ass doing fuck all. Um, Part of CEMK kind of lightens that to include going out hanging with the Chumbas or sitting and doing what we're doing. And those are humanity regain events, and you get to roll 1, 2, or 3d6 depending on the expenditure and what you're doing. So, body plus will for each day of rest. No, for your health, your hit points. Yes. Kind of. Unless otherwise specified, yes. There is chat in server for downtime days, so you can go and like sit in on Mondays when you do D&D. You can do D&D on Mondays. And then ta-da, if the other players also wanted to like have an in-game version of that going for an off day, do that. And then you can pitch in and say, hey, we spend this amount on minis, and the text print them up or whatever, and ta-da, you now qualify to regain humanity in your downtime. Because hanging with the Chumbas is qualified
as a humanity regain event alongside therapy. So you don't have to pay to regain humanity anymore. That was like the best addition that CEMK gave us, is that life events can in fact actually like let you regain humanity. Yeah, in red, there is no regaining outside of therapy, which takes a whole ass week of doing nothing the fuck but. So your timeline gets screwy fast. With CEMK, it scales it up enough that, hey, I don't have to spend 1 week a month, if you're doing it like we are, then 1 week out of the month in a therapist's office getting some BDs and drugs while they sit there and monitor me. Like, let's go do the actual, like, regain humanity the cyberpunk way thing, please. Thank you. So, that out of the way. Any other further questions about the system? Which thing? Which thing, real quick, just to make sure it's. Okay. So. Okay, true. Move that, move that. And. Godsworth! I think he's there. Yeah, you're up. I figured. I knew you were there, but halfway zoned out. Welcome to the party. We get it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Both of them. Do, 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 do. Well, click your attacky button. Yeah. That do be a double six. Great injury table. Well, he took the shot, so yeah, no, that's a good thing. Where the fuck? There we go. Cool. He gets a torn muscle, a -2 to melee attacks. That is the crit injury that the shit ass sustains.
ba, ma, ma, ma. Astra, you're up. I mean, you can do it from there. Are you going to take an aimed shot? All right. You tell me you're doing that, and then you get -2 to the roll. Okay. Take your shot, my sir. 16. It is 15. Minus the 2 off the roll is going to put you at 14 on a 15. You're going to miss. Smacking the wall behind him. You can move still. Okay. Satan. Doc self-appointed himself that too at one point. Has he though? Okay, that was just bad luck on the both of your parts because you guys decided, ooh, we're gonna rush the bridge and into the horde of enemies when there were still 5 of them shooting at you, dumb shits. You didn't like pick anybody off before going across the bridge. Yeah, no shit, you guys got fucked up. God damn, idiots. Brandon, it's your turn, by the way. Yes, about 10 meters, give or take. You can move up and move and use the mono wire as well. One square currently is roughly like 8 to 10 meters. Typically, the scaling is a little bit better at about 6 meters because that's what it calls for in the book. If you're doing the book and to be exactly accurate for move to narrative, 6 meters is correct. Because it's 12 meters narrative or double whatever a square is. Right now, when I click and drag, that shows you roughly the amount of meters because 50 all the way across the map sounds about right for the scaling of a parking garage. Roughly, yes. Not always, because I can't adjust it per map, but yes, roughly. And then you can see where on the table it falls. Yes. Yeah, you guys are allowed to consult the book too. It's not just me. You don't have to ask me, hey, is this going to hit? What's the DV on that? Like, roughly how far is it? And then check the table and go, okay, I'm going to have a whatever your base is plus So, for example, on a 13, if you have a base of 14, that's almost guaranteed to hit unless you roll a 1 and you get a crit fail. So, at a base 15 for shoulder arms, in the 26 to 50 meter range, you are almost going to like auto hit with that shit. You can roll the dice if you want, or you can just roll damage at that point. That's why by default you have none, and you're only supposed to add the ones you have points in. It declutters the UI by a lot. Yeah. You can also use this. I'll repost it in general. Assign yourself a name. You can do your name, although it's you, or you can do your character name if you want it to be more in theme with how majority of everyone else does. Okay. Um, you were here. I didn't see your ping. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that works. I believe so. All right. Slice and dice and cook it. All right. Let me roll Evasion. Oh, it has SP. Yeah. So, roll 2d6. Oh. Is it 3? Oh. Okay. Oh, and you can do it from 3 squares. Okay. So 3 halved is going to be 1.5. Rounded down is going to be 1. So he's going to take 9. At 5 is going to be -4. How exactly do you dismember this motherfucker? Is it ready to fire 2? Yes, it is. You can roll twice. Well, he's already dead, so you can't really miss. Ah, okay. So, there's going to be one chunk of torso with left arm, one chunk of torso with right arm, the lower half with waist, and a little bit of innards and intestines. The top half is going to like slide out from the center with the head as, as the lungs and heart just like kind of slough apart in this pile of what used to be a man becomes just a pile of goo. Nick, I think you have line of sight for the next move. Ooh, you do. Into the void. Dead NPC storage. For narrative flair. The 23. It's going to be a 20 to hit. So that is going to go wide. And smack into the concrete. Yeah. Dead NPC storage. Where they belong. I can hit that. I can hit that. Hang. Ooh. 20 damage. Hang. 16 damage.
Ooh. That's gonna be Sir Nicholas.
Nick. Nick, how close to dead are you? Okay. You're fine. This is fine. Oh, don't worry, Cog. This one's coming your way. Bang. Bang. I have sound effects for these, I just haven't set them up yet. Both of those are gonna hit. And that's going to be 10 damage and then 12 damage.
I think your armor takes the first one unless it's been ablated yet. Nice. And then you take one and ablate by one.
Yes, that will fix it. Bing. Boop. Bing. Boop. Boop. You're fine. You're at 24. This is fine. Cogsworth, you're up. You are at 15 meters from both of them. As close as you want. What is your move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, you can share a square with a sumbitch. You can share a square with the motherfucker. Shoop. Oh, you're good. I can... Do you want slug or shell? Not hit both of them? That's what I thought, motherfucker. Alright. Hit every enemy in a 3x3 square in front of you. Deal 3d6 damage once to all enemies in range. So they are both going to take 13. That's going to, after armor, going to be 9. So they're both at 11. That makes it easy. Cool. Fair enough. Astra. You're up. Let's go. What is your move? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Square next to cog. Listen. Okay. And would you like to burn a luck to take a shot after running all that distance? Alright, so burn me a luck and then take me a shot. And it's going to be -4 on the roll against the DV from doing so. Should still be hittable. Oh! Damn! That sucks. You're gonna roll me a d10. Because that was a 10. And then you got a 1. So you're gonna roll me another d10. And we're gonna subtract that from it, too. How badly do you fuck this up? A 6 against ADV of 17. Ouch. Missed it by 11. I think we hit Cog. Cog, you're gonna take 18. Uh, Cause I just did. And no, I did. It was 33. You went down to 32. I got you. I know what I'm doing. Thank you very fucking much. You did have 33. It went to 32, and then you lost 8. I was getting to the 8. Friendo! Do it! Yes. No more than 2 tokens in the same square, though. It's a solo, so it's just doing the mental math. Yeah. uh, 12? I think? Because they're double. Yes. The whole thing, the whole parking garage long is 50-ish meters, give or take. Because each square is 2 on the drag. So 25 squares equals 50 meters. So each square is roughly 2 meters. Sorry. My bad. Yeah. Movement works by squares, and then shots work by drag for narrative. And that goes off the top of the chart. I put those in backwards. I'm a dumbass. Ow! Yeah. Yeah. Because melee weapons are an opposable. An aimed shot is you specify which part of the wear on them you're aiming for. I can also narratively bullshit in some things if you choose. Um, you will take -2 to your result against the DV. I need to check how that works again. This has been a minute since I read that section. Okay. Not that you necessarily need it at the moment. Just straighten it back. Okay. If aim shot 17 against a 13 still hits. So, since you were asking, did you want to aim shot? Uh, kind of. Uh, it specifies the critical injury table that I roll on if he takes a crit injury. Instead of it being the body table, it's the head table. And he takes 5 bonus damage too. That's okay. Demolish. Okay. So 14 total. Let's take that. So you said 9? Okay, that's going to split by 1, and that's going to be 6. And he has been banished to the Shadow Realm. Neat. You do have clear line of sight from where you're at. And at 23 meters on your sniper rifle, you would be looking at a DV of 25. Yeah, it's going to whiff hard. Astra. Have fun with that one. Someone forgot to zero their scope and just pinged Astra a little bit. So, Miss Astra, you're going to take that 18. So you'll take 7 to your hit points and 1 ablated. Yes. Your armor takes damage by slowly but surely losing efficacy. Your 11 will go to 10, and then you will take 7. All right. Ooh, goody. I go next. There's only one left. Can I hit Nick? Nick. 20 with a pistol. Yeah, I can do that. I think I'm just gonna blast you though. Man, have fun. It hasn't loaded yet. Please hold. No, it's spinning. There it is. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, now it did. We're good. Yeah. Yes. And then 8 would go 7. You take 2.
Okay. For how long? Cancel. No problem. Nothing's been said.
Huh? Yes. Yes. I mean, they kind of can because Neuroport and Biomon and um, Riato's character Tanina created a mesh net, so that way you guys can wirelessly link to each other's and keep track of those things. So you're kind of cognizantly, passively aware of each other's hit points and all that kind of fun shit. And if the netrunner can run the same script on the enemies and you tag them in some way, shape, or form and get into linking theirs, you can also find out their information. Provides more utility to net running in combat. I don't think so. I mean, if you watch stream, you can do that, I guess, because you see what I see. So when I pull it up, you see it. But do with that information what you may. Fair enough. Is more notes, so that way I can refer back to things and for new players to catch up. Cogsworth, is your turn, fam. Me fucking too. No, like, you see the encounter order, that's all just jumbled and random. 15 and 10. Yes. And not quite. You hit him, but you don't quite hit him enough. Astra, your turn. Senor. Sir. Sir. Your turn. Take your shot. You are. You miss firing into the wall. Fred, your turn. The three of you have ascended in V formation on this poor mook. No, because it's melee range. It's roll against evasion. So, and it's going to be an evasion of 15. I believe so. Yes. Then yes. So, you get to roll twice on the crit injury table. Yeah, but that would be for your character. Instead, just go to the GM screen. Uh, and you have both as an option, because then you know what the options are, so you can pick off the table. The screen is also good reference for everybody, not just me. But I'm not sharing it with everybody. Not everybody needs it. I DM'd it to you. Oh, two? Three. Yes. Because you roll twice on it and choose your favorite. So you get to pick whichever one and then roll twice. The two options you get is the one you get to pick. Okay. Van Gogh Van Gogh did it and became the greatest artist of all time. This bitch takes it and dies. Okay. So you said you got 15 on the damage roll? Oh. So repeat that process one more time. And that would have killed him from the get go outright anyways. Monowire gets a little bit busted, guys. It halves SP and inflicts critical injuries. Rate of fire 2, it is 3d6 damage. How did none of you decide to pick that? That was cyberware options. That's your fault, not mine. You can also still get it whenever. You just need to pay for it. Continue. Because it halves armor, and it halves armor in 2077 too. Monowire has always been broken. Monowire is supposed to be busted. It is superheated monofilament that you just whip around like a motherfucker, like twirly dancy bitch. Like, whee! And people die. Monowire also has cooler animations. Yes! See MK Rulebook, page 40-ish. you get the section from right here on 35. Because it's supposed to encourage you to get the thing, and on page 41, there is a little card that gives you 3d6 damage, rate of fire 2, one handed. Yes, it's concealable. Uses melee weapon skill. The user can make melee attack checks at up to 6 meter yards, 3 squares away from their target. Requires a cyber arm. Whenever a monowire causes a critical injury, the attacker rolls twice on the critical injury table and chooses their favorite option for the victim to suffer. It's just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Mantis Blade. Requires Cyberarm, excellent quality, +1 to attack checks made with this weapon. Melee weapon, uses melee weapon skill. While a Mantis Blade is deployed, the user can't hold anything in their corresponding hand. If 2 Mantis Blades are deployed in 2 separate Cyberarms, the user can negate the normal movement penalty for climbing. 3d6, rate of fire 2, one-handed, yes, it's concealable. 3d6. Mm-hmm. But it's also melee weapon, so half SP.
Yes, monowire has a different effect. Yes. Yes. Trailer Park Girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Wow, wow, wow. Yes. How do you mean? No, those are cyberarms. That's an option too. You can also do like mantis axes. Mantis axes. Like just put axes on the mantis blades. That ends up looking a little bit more pikey by the end of things for the climbing bit still, but you know. Uh, by technicality. All right. So, do we are at an impasse? Do we want to ascend the next floor, or would we like to save that for next week? All right. Are we going up the left or the right stair? All right. And Astra and Nick, left or right? I think Doc is back next week, so I think we can fix that. That's up to them. All right. Left stair, right stair. Huh? Left. Cool. like Nick's probably gonna follow suit. All right. All right. So we will give it some because you guys are in combat. I will leave the choice up to you as to how we want to do this. Do we want this is all we came for, and then each floor is a separate instance on separate weeks? Then you still save downtime afterwards in between. Or we can call it one big gauntlet, and then you got to do all three floors before you get downtime back. But then you will amass a bunch of spendable downtime. Okay. Because in lieu of that, I can also still keep track of the timer that is counting down. And it's not like that timer is going to get any shorter. It just applies to a different situation that they have a faster response time. Um, it's real time converted to number of turns. Each turn is 3 seconds, so 1 minute is 20 turns. 5 minutes is like 100 turns. So you have some space to get through this, even still. But, that being said, you did expend a bunch of turns, so you're down to like 75, I think, if I counted correctly. So, they were just long turns. They were not many, they were just long. Yes. Ah, you are correct. I did space that. Apologies. So, you are still at like 90 something turns. Yeah, no, I just totally spaced that. You are correct. We'll call that 95. Yeah. Sitting there drinking a cup of coffee. Excuse me. Alchemy, what? How is me, the GM, offline? Wait a minute. Alright. So, knowing that the timer is going to carry over to the next encounter, and on to the next encounter, how do we decide now?
Had. Okay. True. And that spendable downtime can be spent up pretty quickly for some recovery. Yep. Yeah. There is an entire DLC that describes how weapons break. This is fine. Yes, he is the party's weapon tech. Uh, so, Bonnie is Astra, who is the resident corpo with ties to Biotechnica's experimental cryptid division. Horace is our other solo, who is working on media. Sorry, media who prefers to stay a little bit further back and ping some shots with a sniper rifle instead. Doc was not here this week, but he is our resident med tech and half the time assistant GM because he helps me do a lot because he has time. He has actual downtime to burn. Um, yeah, hasn't been here for a minute, but yes. Um, the other two or three that are usually here is Tanina, who is the techie tech and cyber tech side of things, and Ronnie, the you met earlier. She had to leave a little bit early, um, but she is typically the resident net runner, and Doug is the fixer. And yes, that is the boss from Happy Friends. Is very much the inspiration and character model. So, bearing that in mind. And cybernetic bunny ears and altered appearance. Hmm.
You were saying Alex is a. No. Fair enough. I don't remember who was the first one in. It's been a minute. Oh, shortest one? I think Tanina. Because she's like 5 foot nothing. I think Doc pitched one, and the options was the Corvid or Raven. I think were the two, and they were both acronyms for various or for two things. I will see if I can find it somewhere in chat or have him resend it. I know, and that's the issue. We like both of them so much that like nobody's been able to really settle on deciding which one we're gonna go with. We can see about